Hey friends, got a few stellar updates to attribution reporting. You can now create custom quote templates. So historically, when you've imported something into HubSpot, you drag your file in and you get a... Hey friends, got a few stellar updates to attribution reporting inside HubSpot. Check this out. So here I am creating a custom report, and there's this attribution section here. If you haven't checked it out, it's pretty cool. You can look at the things that are driving contact creation, deal creation, and straight up revenue, right? So if you want to know what asset type created the most deals or which asset type drove the most revenue, you just click on it around this. And so this has existed for a while, but we have recently added some cool new features in here. For one thing, attribution model, we have a couple new models here. The two new ones are J-shaped and inverse J-shaped. So J-shape gives most credit to the last interaction. Inverse J-shape gives most credit to the first interaction. Down below that, you can do a lot of different filtering things, and you can even add your own custom filters if you want, based on whatever data you care about. So you can really get at the information that you want pulled into this attribution report. And finally, down here at the bottom, if you click this button, you'll be taken to your settings page where you can turn on and off which interactions you want to be used in this report. So you have full control over how attribution is calculated. Anyway, this is now live. There's a little bit of difference between the different Marketing Hub tiers based on which features you have access to, but professional, you'll have a contact creation attribution. Enterprise, you're going to get the deal and revenue attribution. Anyway, check it out, play around with it, let me know what you think, let me know if you have Sales Hub, Professional, and Enterprise. If you have CMS Hub, or if you have... Friends, you can now create custom quote templates. Check this out. So here I am in the quote settings. This is a new sections on the settings page, but there's also this customize quote templates tab. And you can actually, these standard templates that we've had for a while, you can hide them if you, that's cool. But what's even cooler is this customize quote templates button up here on the right. So you click that and you can choose one of our templates. But if you want to just start with one of these, we'll start with the basic template. And here it is. It comes up, and at the most basic level, you can turn these things on and off, right? And then for all of these things, you can customize them, right? So we're pulling in the quote title using a personalization token here. We could get rid of that and make a standard title for all of these. We could pull in other personalization tokens, right? If we want to pull something from the contact or company or deal or whatever, we can make this say basically whatever we want, or we could just hard code something in here. Speaking of hard coding things, your terms, right? No more do you need to use a template to put the same terms on every single quote. If every single quote has the exact same terms, just get rid of this and put your terms here. Put your file in, and you get a preview of the first 3 rows of the data, and you can map it to different properties. Guys, there's a really exciting update to importing in HubSpot. Now check this out, it's super cool. So here I am going through the import process. I'm gonna import some contacts, right? And I have a CSV file here. I'll just drag it over. And you will notice some things right away here, right? Now has this yellow thing, and I'm quick to point out, you can just click next and keep going. If you like the old process, that's fine, but we're looking at these first 3 rows and we're flagging things, right? And if you click on this, we give some information, some ideas of how to address that. Look at this, this is really fun. Birthday, these dates are not formatted the way we expected them to be, but look, we'll just give you the option to change them, right? And now, green dots. The yellow dots go away. We fixed that, right? We caught it. This is an enumeration property, favorite flavor of cake. Chocolate and white, these are options that exist. Funfetti is not. So how about we click this fix import, and we're just gonna edit the property right now. And so we'll just put that in here. We'll just add it, and we'll save it. And now that too is no longer a problem. So this is now live. Here's a full list of the errors we are validating for. We're checking those first 3 rows of any import you do. So try it out, let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. Here I am inside my portal, and I'm gonna create a new user. My good friend blah blah at email.com. We go way back. And love this new feature. This is in, I believe, enterprise versions of HubSpot. We have just some recommended roles to make permission setting up easy. Cool. On this next screen, once the user is created, you will see this option to copy an invitation link. So just like you might have a link to invite someone to collaborate with you on a document in Google Docs or something, this is now an email you can send to them, and regardless of whether they got the standard email from HubSpot or not, you can send them this link and they'll be able to log in and create their account. And the cool thing is, until they log in and access their account, you'll see in the actions dropdown this option to copy the invite link. So you can copy it and send it. So if you're onboarding a lot of people, or if you just want to have a little more control over what's included in the email that onboards them, you can now use that link to create custom emails and do whatever the heck you want. Hey friends, DataSync now has lifecycle stage filtering. So if you're using DataSync to sync HubSpot to like Microsoft Dynamics or one of these CRMs that has separate lead and contact objects, in HubSpot, we just have one contacts object, and so the syncing there can get a little confusing, and now we've given you more granular controls over that using lifecycle stages. So check this out. Here I am setting up a Microsoft Dynamics sync. So we have a lead sync here, and if we look at this, we have this option here, right? We are only going to sync over contacts that are marked as leads in the lifecycle status property as leads to Microsoft Dynamics. We can set that up. And then look, if we add a separate sync, right, we're going to sync more data. We're seeing two different contact syncs here because Dynamics has leads, which we already have set up in contacts. If we come over here, this is my favorite part of this. There's a little guardrail to keep you from getting your wires crossed, because I would totally get my wires crossed. If I come in here to select what lifecycle stages will sync over as contacts, leads is not an option because I've already set that up as my lead sync, you know? And so now I can select different options, and you could choose multiple if you want for each one, just however you want this information set up. Hey friends, we now have a Zoom app, so check it out. Here I am in Zoom. There's this apps button in Zoom, and if you come here, you can discover apps from different companies. You can install the HubSpot one if you want. I've already done that, so it's here under my apps, and if I turned on, look what happens. We get this little sidebar, and wait for it, we can now see I'm the only participant in here. But if another participant were to join, right, I am having a meeting with someone who is totally not me. This is not Kyle. I could map them, right? Map, and it's going to search my contacts. And look, there is a contact called Not Kyle. And if multiple people have the name Not Kyle, it would list all of them, and you could select the one you wanted. But we can save that, and that person is now mapped, right? And so then over here, I can take notes as the meeting goes, right here in Zoom. I don't have to juggle my CRM and Zoom separately. I can just take my notes. This is what we talked about, and we can save them here, and that's gonna be great. And so now, if we go over to my CRM and we search for Not Kyle, ta-da! A logged call, and you can see my notes right here. Friends, we've got a snazzy new feature for deal close dates. So check this out. When you create a deal, the close date is automatically populated here. You can go to your deal settings. Again, check out this apply default close date to new deals. So you can make it this month, you can make it next month, you can make it a set number of days or weeks or months from when you open it. It's totally up to you. This gives you a little more control, can make it more reflective of what your sales process actually is like. Sync now has sync health that it tells you about. So check this out. Here I am on a Pipedrive sync, and we have this new sync health tab. It's the first tab here. But look at this new stuff. We can see the stuff that is in sync. So these are the records that are getting updated. But what will be more useful is this records excluded from sync and failing to sync. If a record, if something changes so it doesn't match the filters for the sync anymore, if there's not like an email address for it to be able to dedupe with, you'll get records excluded from here, and you can review the filters and see why. And then in failing to sync, these are the ones that just, they aren't working. And you can see information about why, and you can filter this. Anyway, this is going to give you a great overview of how in an individual sync, right? This is just for Pipedrive, but for the 100 plus data sync integrations we have, you can get a page exactly like this to see how it's happening. We have a revenue operations certification. We've been working on it for so long, guys, for more than a year. We have been researching and iterating on the perfect version of a revenue operations certification course. We have more than 20 different revenue operations professionals featured in it. It covers everything: how to define a strategy, how to hire people, everything you need to know. So check this out. Here I am in the newly redesigned HubSpot Academy app inside of HubSpot. Let's just go straight to revenue operations. There it is. We've got a welcome. We've got an introduction. We've got the flywheel. We've got sales and marketing SLAs, sales process. We've got systems management. We've got how to communicate the value of what you do in RevOps to your company leaders. We've got how to structure your team. We've got how to hire people. And we've got how to evaluate and iterate on your RevOps strategy. You guys, This is a big deal. I'm happy to give it to you on a Friday. Your weekend just got booked solid. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Please share this with the operations people in yours. Here we are in the design manager. A while ago, a year or more ago, we came up with this new field type called CRM Object. What happens is you create this, and if you're creating an email template or a website template or whatever, the marketer who takes this template can then in this spot insert a car, right? And they can go in, if they're making like a web page listing all the cars that are for sale, they can say, I want this car and that car and that car and that car. The new thing we've added is a CRM Object Property field, and it's taken me a while to understand the difference, but what we're doing here is we're pulling information about the person who is viewing this page or this email or whatever it is. So if you've created Customer Hub, or if you've created a custom quote template or something, basically you can pull personalization tokens from the person who is viewing this. So if I view it, I'll see one thing, and if you view it, you'll see a different thing, right? So same sort of thing. We can still grab the car, we can still grab a particular property, but now this is, I believe, more like a personalization token like you might be used to, as opposed to the marketer creating this page will select which car everybody's gonna see. Hey friends, we now have sample reports inside the Custom Reports Builder. So here I am, Custom Reports Builder. This is the screen you're used to, and over here is data sets, and if you click on this, we have a whole bunch of reports. And using the same format we use in the attribution reporting, these are all phrased as questions. Which forms are contacts submitting on first? What lifecycle stages are my top 50 company contacts in? The thing that's really cool here, though, is that as I come over here, if I select different objects, like companies, how about that? I'm gonna get different reports. So you select the data you're interested in, and then instead of building it yourself, you can just come over to the Sample Reports tab, see if they have what you're looking for, and start. Hey friends, you can now compare your campaigns to each other. Check this out. Here I am on the campaigns page, and we have this new Compare Campaigns button, which opens up this page, and you can select a date range and stuff. But look, if I just select this aptly named campaign here, I get an overview of that. And if I choose this one over here, I get that one. And then not only do you get to compare various metrics, which are a dead heat here in my test portal, but look, you can see the ad campaigns, the blog posts, the calls to actions, the emails, the forums, the landing pages, the social posts, the website pages, the workflows, all listed here together, and you can expand them out and see some reports. Here I am creating a new survey. I'm going to create an NPS, a Net Promoter Score survey here, and I'm gonna send it out by email, right? And you can, customize this the way you want, make it look the way you want it to. But under this Automations tab, there's this new option, Send a Survey Reminder Email. And this will only go if your contact didn't respond to the survey. So you can send a little nudge to them. You can make it 2 days is what we recommend, that's the default, but you can make it up to 7, or you can do it after 1. All you have to do is just turn this on, and they're gonna get an email that looks something like this. Hey, you can now associate forms with your marketing campaign. So here I am on a campaign. And if you click this Add Assets button, look at this, Forms is there. And you can just search for your form, like if it's a registration form, we can just go ahead and add that and save. And you'll have a form section down here, and you can see views and submissions, and all of it will roll up to all this attribution stuff. On the form side, when you're creating a form, if you go to the options, you will now see a campaign selector. And ta-da! It's there, because I just set it on the other place. Hey friends, we just rolled out an update to board views for deals and tickets that shows your most recent activity. So here I am on my deal board, and last year I think we rolled out this ability to gray out cards that haven't been updated. We now show the last time an activity was taken and whether there's an activity scheduled for the future, right? And this is just for open deals, right? All my closed deals don't have this. If you want to turn it off, it's turned on by default, so you should be seeing this. But if you want to turn it off, under board actions, go to edit cards, and there's this deal activity information toggle. You can just get rid of it. You can see exactly how long it's been and whether you have anything coming up in the future. Hey friends, cool new update to track terms inside of Conversation Intelligence. So here on the calls list page, so calls appears as an object just like contacts or companies or deals. You can add a column for track terms, and you can see which track terms were talked about or were no track terms talked about. So if you're coaching your reps, you're saying, hey, these are the things we need to talk about on every call, you can start to see just at a glance here at this highest level whether or not they were talked about. And then you can click into the call and see what was said. your HubSpot Academy certificates now get generated in the language you pass your exam in. So check this out. Here I am inside my beloved HubSpot Sales Software Certification course. And we have this drop-down menu where you can select the language you want to do it in, right? So I do it in English, but if you like Spanish, you can select that and it gets translated, right? Whatever language you take the exam in now, when you complete the exam, you'll see something like this. You passed, hooray, you can view your certification, and you can share it. If you pass that exam in Spanish, you're now gonna get a certificate in Spanish. So, Marianella here, this is a real certificate. Felicidades to you for getting email marketing certified. Anyway, this now works in every language HubSpot Academy supports. If you pass an exam in a particular language, your certificate is now going to be in that language. So when you share it on LinkedIn or